Unsupervised. Unsupervised. Yo, brother said peace and bounce tonight. Now the fort belongs to the duo, alright? Unsupervised. Hey, yo! Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They on the whole night. Brother took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the fort smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight black party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'. Brother dipped out, said I'm gone. Catch y'all later. Studio empty, but the vibe got greater. Now it's just him and her holding down the spot. Mike's getting lit, crowd going hot. No third wheel telling them keep it tame. They wildin' out, screaming everybody's name. Listeners flooding in from every coast. Chat blowing up like yo, they doing the most. Drinks in the cooler, laughs in the air. Podcast turn party and they don't even care. Fort's still standing, but the roof is gone. Unsupervised energy all night long. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They own the whole night. Brother took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight block party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'.
Bruh.
I love it. You're muted. I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. That was, guys, we have been waiting for weeks to be able to play that. Hey, PatriotDad, I am not even sad that you're not here because we finally got to play that intro video. That was so fun. I'm dancing in my chair over here, cracking a cold adult beverage.
I still think that we should have previewed it on the podcast so everyone could see the face we saw when PatriotDad listened to it with us the first time, because it was hilarious. He sat there like this.
So what's going on, SK? I mean, we've got control. We've got the reins. We've got control of the after hours show on Friday night. By the way, folks, this is the Patriot Source podcast, After Hours, episode number 12 on the Patriot Source Network. I'm NomDePlume. We've got SKDoubleDub over here, world famous, and I do mean world famous. Who followed you last week? Or who followed?
I don't know. There's so many important people that
you were on the
follow
X22
me.
report. Is what you were on the X22
also, I was
report.
followed by somebody important that only follows like 900 people, and they have like 1 million followers.
Who?
Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't act like that about it because he's a kid. It is kind of weird.
Listen to me. World famous SK is here, is in the house. Patriot Source podcast, After Hours, episode 12, and we're getting ready to have a little bit of fun. So what's going on in the world? Nick Shirley. Oh my goodness. Nick Shirley's not a kid. He's a grown man. He's a grown adult, but that's crazy. I had forgotten about that. Like I said, when we say that she is world famous, we do mean world famous. I'm not world famous. SK is world famous.
I'm just going to tell you guys, my husband made my drink extra strong, so you're going to get to see lots of faces because every time I take a sip, it's like.
So I got, listen, that intro video, the Patriot Source back office team, guarding the grid, MAGA Jake, that is fantastic. I want way more of that stuff. That was awesome. I'm dancing in my chair. It's fantastic stuff. We're going to try to figure out if we can navigate this, if we can produce this entire show by ourselves while we have some adult beverages and have.
You mean you? We're going to see if Nom can produce this entire show because I don't even have access because I'm not allowed to have access because I would screw it up for sure.
Right. And we have limited accounts, and we've got the ladies over there on the Red Wave Unfiltered, Claire and MAGA Meg over there. They have to have their own account. So, we're limited to 3, and that's just kind of how it goes. Anyway, so what's going on in the world stage? So what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, listen, we are not going to gloss over the massive win that President Trump has had over there in China. You guys realize that the trip that President Trump took over to China was probably one of the most important state visits that an American president has had in generations. in generations. And that's because President Trump is at the final stages, and I do mean the final stages. It cannot be stopped. It can't be stopped at this point. Let me rephrase that. The only thing that can stop the implementation of the American system for the next 100 years is American voters. It's the only thing that can stop it. It's the only thing that can stop it, which is why we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the American voters who are going to be asked this Tuesday to put a stop to it. And what do I mean by that? I mean, Thomas Massie, Kentucky 04, and the masshole coalition of all the fake and gay ass American creators that are converging in Kentucky this weekend to try to pretend like Thomas Massie is the savior of the republic. We're going to talk about that. I don't have an opinion, really, frankly, about Thomas Massie. I have an opinion on the people who are standing up to support him right now, because that's his problem.
I mean, I don't know where Kate Posto is, but I haven't seen her in the chat yet. So somebody should go find her, because there's lots of cow money stuff tonight. And there's that one crazy lady with the cowboy hat that got kicked out of a theater. She's all up in the middle of all of this now, too.
Yeah. Where is Kate Posto? I don't see Kate Posto.
I don't know,
anywhere.
but one of these videos I have has a cow
Keep it
dancing
between
on
the
a pole.
lines. What does this mean? Keep it between the lines. By the way, you guys should all be able to read the comments. Everybody's comments. We've got the Rumble. Do we have Rumble chats in there in those comments on the screen too? We've got the Rumble. We've got everybody all in the same place. You can all see what everybody's talking about. So we're now one big happy family.
Yep,
What do you mean keep it between the lines?
You can see the Rumble comments too on the screen. What?
There we go. There we go.
I told you we need to be putting these comments on the screen. I like it better this way.
Right. So this week, President Trump and his entire entourage, and I don't know how many CEOs, was it like 23 CEOs of the largest American-based companies decided to join him, and they went over to China. And what did they go to China to do? Because I saw a bunch of leftists. They were screaming and crying, saying, "We told you, see, this president doesn't care about the people. He only cares about billionaires and CEOs and billionaires getting richer and richer and giving themselves golden parachute bonuses." No, morons. The entire American economy, all of your pensions, all of your retirement, all of your 401ks, all of your IRAs, everything that you hope to retire on, not to mention a massive portion of the tax base, is based on the success of these American companies and those CEOs who went over to China with the president to show a show of force to China, say, listen, we are the largest companies on the planet. We have opened our market to you, and you have denied us access to your markets. And it's got to end. It's going to end because President Trump has China by the short and curlies, though I think they're actually straight and curlies. They're not curlies. They're short and straights, if you know what I mean. I don't know.
Why does Data Republican do this to me every freaking time we're going live?
No, SK, I cannot do this show by myself. You've got to put that down.
No, I'm just telling you, she posted this big, huge, long thread, and it says SK double. Okay.
What does it say? What does it say? Tell me what it says.
Oh, at the end, it says SK double dub 33, and I and Lisa Logan contributed so much to this. Please give them a follow. But I haven't got to read it yet, so I don't even know what's in it. Because she posted it 17 minutes ago.
Does she not know we're going live? And she could have come here and like.
Actually, I didn't invite her. I should.
You should have. You should have invited her.
Well, I'm
so what are we talking
right
about?
now.
Yeah, I mean, hell. I mean, I don't even know what we would talk to her about at this point. Maybe she can talk to us about this thread. I don't know. So we're going to talk about China, President Trump's wildly successful trip over there. We're going to talk about, because I think it's probably one of the biggest stories in the country right now. All of these creators and the coalition that has been pulled together to support Thomas Massie. Like I said, I don't have much of an opinion on Thomas Massie as a politician. He doesn't represent me down here in southern Mississippi. He's one of 435 congressmen in the House of Representatives. That's great. He represents probably somewhere between 700 and 800,000 Kentuckians. That's great. But when you've got the coalition that he's pulled together supporting him, it should give actual real America first, not the fake and gay ass America only anti-Israel, anti-Semitic, and wildly openly racist party that they're trying to form. It should give you pause, these people, and why they're supporting him and what the ultimate result is going to be. In fact, we actually, at the end of the discussion about the mass holes, we're going to show you exactly why they are supporting him. And then it's going to be a total shit show from there, because I don't know what we're going to talk about. We got Tina Peters. We got the DOJ suing all kinds of people. The Supreme Court. Did you guys see what the Supreme Court did today? What they did? I don't know, probably what, an hour ago?
I did.
Oh.
So good. And
can you imagine?
Harmeet Dillon gets the W of the day for social media. She said, what was it, sad trombone or something like that?
Sad trombone sound. All right. So what do we got? We've got President Trump went over to China. And listen, you guys need to understand something. The president, whether it's our president, it's a prime minister, it's another president, it's a prince of whatever, when they do these state visits, literally all of these decisions are already made before they even go. You understand that, right? These people do not go over there and without these agreements already in place. And there are some pretty significant agreements that came out of this. And this is huge. And listen, China, because of Clinton and the World Trade Organization, the world opened itself up to China. We saw jobs just flooding into China because they could pay their slave labor, pennies on the dollar. And then in the meantime, they're stealing our intellectual property. And when they do that, they then recreate the product or the technology that we're trying to get them to build much cheaper, much less quality. And then they try to sell it back to us at a discount. They've been stealing our shit forever, been stealing our jobs. They've been stealing our technology forever. We've opened our markets to them, and they refuse to open their markets to us. That's a huge, huge trade imbalance. That's what the whole trade imbalance has been about. So President Trump, because we're implementing the American system, which basically says the United States of America is going to be in charge, in control of, we are going to lead the Western Hemisphere. We've got a way that we're going to deal with China and the Pacific over there. With the entire Middle East, you guys are going to have to manage yourselves. And you're already seeing that. You're already seeing, like Saudi Arabia, you're seeing the UAE, they were orchestrating, they were executing military operations inside of Iran this week. Could you imagine before, I don't know, 2 months ago, another Islamic country, the UAE or Saudi Arabia or whatever, actually in a kinetic engagement with Iran? No, of course you couldn't. And the reason why, and they're working with Israel to do it. Folks, this is so hugely important to understand. The American system that's being implemented, but we're also creating, like President Trump said, what he calls the G2. The G2 is the United States and China. And we're going to have to figure out how to work together. So this is what he came out of this with. On Iran, China agreed we will do whatever it takes, whatever Trump needs to end that war, to end that engagement, which is massive. They're going to buy more of our soybeans because of the tariff that have been going on. They haven't been buying many soybeans, and our farmers have been taking a hit on it. There's no question about it. This was probably the biggest piece of this, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but Alaska is closer to China than the Straits of Hormuz is. It is. But the reason why China has been going to Iran and places like Venezuela and Russia to get their oil is because they're sanctioned and they're able to get it at a discount, which is so hugely important. Now, when China can no longer get their oil because the Straits of Hormuz is closed and you don't have Iran doing all the things that they've been doing, sanctioned, and they're causing chaos, and they're in trouble and they can't sell their stuff. So the only way they can sell it, frankly, is to sell it at a discount, just like Venezuela was doing, just like Russia was doing. When you are able to get them out of that posture and get them into the global market, they have to trade in the US dollar. So they're not the whole BRICS, monetary system that they've been trying to set up. It's all done. It's all quashed because now China has to operate in the global market with the US dollar at full price, not the discounts that they've been getting. That's so massive. So they're going to come to the US and they're going to get their oil from Alaska because, by the way, it's a lot freaking closer. It's a lot closer than going to the Straits of Hormuz ever was. They're going to buy more liquid natural gas. Oh, and by the way, and this was my favorite. SK, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see any of the libs complaining when China agreed to buy 200 Boeing jets?
I mean, when are the libs not complaining?
I mean, it's true. This drove me absolutely insane. Drove me absolutely insane. We had actual Americans saying, wow, this is just more money for the billionaires. This just proves that all President Trump cares about the billion. No, who do you think's building 200 Boeing jets? Do you think it's billionaires that are building those jets? No, it's not billionaires that are building those jets. It's Americans. It's people that work in this country, that pay taxes, they feed their families. The economic multiplier that comes from these jobs is, I don't know, it's probably 2.5%, 3.5%, or 3.5x economic multiplier. These people are just stupid. 200 Boeing jets is a absolute massive order. So listen, I think by all accounts that that trip, that state visit was probably one of the most successful things that we're going to see in a generation. Because you have to understand that China is our biggest geopolitical rival there is. So it's amazing stuff. What do you think, SK? What do you what did you get out of the China trip?
I don't know. I do think it's kind of crazy that one of those places that Trump went to, I don't remember what it's called, but it's some like sacred important place in China that Xi Jinping took Trump to.
They took him on a tour.
Yeah, but one of the places that they went was, I don't know, some important place in China. I can't remember the name of it. And apparently the last president before Trump to go there was in 1945. I think it was like Ford.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it. I don't know what that is. I mean,
That's
a big deal.
I mean, also, I don't trust China or anything that they say, but also I know that China kind of has their back against a wall. And like we did on Wednesday, when you compare the welcome of Trump to Obama or Biden, they clearly respect Trump a whole lot more. They wouldn't do all that pomp and circumstance if they didn't respect Trump. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I mean, cultures like China, like Japan, and frankly, you know, Islamic cultures, they respect strength. They do. They're honorable cultures, and if you show cowardice, if you behave like an absolute pussy, there's K Pasto. There you are. But I'm out today. Have a great weekend. If you show cowardice, K Pasto.
No, K Pasto, you have to stay here. We're unsupervised, and you missed the opening, and the opening is the best part.
Yeah, the rest of it, we're just going to stumble through this. I don't know what we're going to talk about the rest of this time.
No, I've got lots of funny stuff in there, and there's like important stuff too we can talk about.
There's all kinds of stuff. You know what I think is even more important? Did you see this? The U.S. moves to indict former Cuban President Raul Castro over downing of planes 30 years ago. Where have we seen this before?
I mean, I don't know, like Venezuela, maybe. It's almost like Trump has a plan and he's doing things in a specific order with a specific purpose.
Yeah. I mean, why would they do this?
I don't know. And I mean, wasn't Radcliffe in Cuba just yesterday?
Mm-hmm. John Radcliffe, yep, director of the CIA, was literally in Cuba yesterday.
Kind of weird. I wonder if we've already taken over.
We've taken over Cuba. You don't. Our CIA director does not go to Cuba with the news that there's an indictment of former Cuban President Raul Castro. That's not. I mean, we don't have any diplomatic relationship with. Well, we didn't have a diplomatic relationship with Cuba until, I don't know, at least yesterday when the CIA director goes there.
Right. Well, and Marco Rubio said in an interview, I think on the plane on the way back, I'm not sure, but I saw Marco Rubio in an interview talking about how we offered $100 million in basically humanitarian aid for Cuba because they're out of fuel. There's no power. There's no nothing in Cuba. Guys, this is communism. There's no food, there's no power, there's no nothing. And the Democrats are taking flotillas to Cuba to say this is what we want in the United States. So that's where the Democrat Party's at.
So wild. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what we didn't pull together? We may try to talk about it. I have got a video somewhere. I'm going to see if we can pull it up. We didn't pull together the socialist win in New York City, where they're claiming that Mamdani balanced the $12 billion budget deficit.
I've been on TikTok like every day here for like the last week or so. And I'm telling you right now, today a guy came up like fully with his whole chest, endorsing, like saying, I'm far, far, far left. And I am, you know, socialist, you know, Mamdani is the best thing to happen to the United States. And there's a reason why he's so popular, and it's going to be spreading across the United States and blah, 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 talking about him balancing the budget and all of this. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this isn't even worth the energy it takes to, or the oxygen to even try to talk to this guy. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
You're beyond help. Next.
Yeah. I mean, we'll maybe, you know what, maybe it does fit here. So listen, guys, for those of you that don't know, Mamdani did not balance a $12 billion budget deficit. He didn't do it, and he claimed he did it on the back of a tax increase on the wealthiest people in New York City, the 1%. First of all, that tax increase doesn't even like start this year at all. What he did do, however, was he basically got a loan from the state of New York that is not due until 2040. So all of your kids, if you live in New York City and you think this budget's balanced, that bill comes due in 2040. So your kids are going to be paying for that. That's not how you balance a budget. That's just borrowing money on a credit card to pay off the other credit card. What? I mean, that's some socialist fucking math right there. That's some full-blown socialist math. Though I don't know why we're complaining. We literally do the same thing at every level of government, except they try to claim that it's a balanced budget so that they can pretend like their socialism works. Here at the federal government, we don't even try to pretend like it works. We're just like, hey, we just owe $47 trillion, but you know, who's going to collect it?
But have you noticed that all of the far left have all of a sudden gotten super fiscally conservative and pretending like the Democrats are the party of balancing the budget and responsible spending and all of this? And it's just the craziest thing to watch. And the younger people that believe all this is wild. This dude today was talking about, you know, the resources, and he wants to be able to distribute the resources to the middle and lower class and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, who do you think is going to seize those resources?
Bro. Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely insane.
They're going to keep them. They're not giving them to you.
I mean, Gavin Newsom's doing the same thing. He's claiming that they balanced their budget for the next 2 years. I mean, listen. Okay, guys, fine, whatever. You're not going to balance the budget. All you're going to do is you're going to kick it down the road. You're going to increase inflation with all your services. I mean, whatever. Listen, we all know what's going to happen. I want to get back to, the amazing torrent. No. Does everybody need to listen? We probably need to talk about this. We need to talk about what happened. We should absolutely talk about this, right? So it turns out that the CIA did not raid the office of the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard's office, and take files like this. What did happen, though, and SK, I want your opinion on this. What did happen, though, is just, I don't know, a few minutes after it was disclosed to the entire world that Anthony Fauci put his thumb on the scale personally, and he set in his acolytes and people that were all involved in gain-of-function research in Wuhan lab, and put his thumb on the scale to cause the CIA to say, nope, we don't have any intelligence that this was a lab leak. This was zoological and it was naturally occurring, which was a lie. So you know what everybody's talked about since 20 minutes after that? This MK Ultra and the files. They haven't, nobody's talked anything about
this was 100%
Fauci
set up, and it was intentional with Trump being in China. And I don't know if anybody's seen Dan Bongino and his little rant about this yesterday. I'm sure he mentioned it today too, but I don't know because I don't really watch him that often. I don't have time. But that rant was great. Also,
Mhm.
Laura Loomer was going after Data Republican on X over this file thing. And that also gives me pause because anyone going after Data Republican is going to end up on my shit list. And no, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Um,
Anyway, we need to dispatch with that because it was a distraction. Frankly,
Yeah,
it
well,
was
it happened last
nonsense. It was
fall.
bullshit.
And it happened last fall. And I don't even know that anyone physically went into this office and took these 40 boxes of documents. It sounds to me like the documents were under the jurisdiction of ODNI, and maybe they just aren't giving them to them. I'm not sure that they actually like went and seized documents.
No, they didn't because they have no law enforcement capability. CIA is not going to be able to force their way into the building, the office spaces of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and seize anything. That is just not how that's going to. I know we talked about this a little bit on what was it, Wednesday, and I think we missed sort of the forest for the trees on this. This was 100% a distraction because I don't know, like 5 people have talked about what Fauci did since then, like 5, and that's it, and it will be forever forgotten. There will be no repercussions whatsoever, and the entire establishment, the Democrat Party, everybody, and everything that they did related to COVID will just be completely whitewashed because everybody will pretend like we didn't find out that the people who did that to you were the ones who created the lie in the first place. I mean,
And I don't understand why this whole COVID hearing is even really news to begin with. Because in like 2024, there were reports that came out from Congress with email receipts, and we knew what Fauci did in like spring, summer of 2024 is when those reports were coming out. We know for sure in 2025, we've had these emails. We've had the emails between Fauci and these like scientists slash doctors that when he was talking about writing the papers and no, you can't put that out. And then a couple of them were pushing back going, yeah, but it's really obvious that this is what happened. And he's like, yeah, no. And I mean, they told this other guy that he needed to intervene and tell these people not to publish these papers that said these things. We know they were funding it. It's all been out there. I don't even know why this is new news.
no. Well, it's not. But I think the bigger question is why would Rand Paul and that committee even schedule that hearing the day that President Trump is arriving in China?
It's
Why
almost
would
like
they do that?
it's almost like maybe Rand Paul and Massey and some of these people kind of have an agenda that might not necessarily be America first. Weird, right?
Well, we're going to talk about that, but before we do, listen, I don't want to get away from. Listen, folks, I've got 2 videos for you, and I want to wrap up the whole China, the American system, taking on the globalists, getting rid of the Iranian chaos and the levers they're pulling in the Straits of Hormuz. I got 2 videos for you, and I want you to understand this is what President Trump took away. It's what he went there to do, but it's what he took away from that state visit over in China.
He's not coming in with guns. He's not coming in with rifles. They're not coming in shooting. Somebody said he's been very good. They get a lot of their oil, 40% of their oil from that location. So what has happened, and one thing I think that we're going to make a deal on, they've agreed they want to buy oil from the United States. They're going to go to Texas. We're going to start sending Chinese ships to Texas and to Louisiana and to Alaska. And I think that was another thing that was agreed to. That's a big thing.
What about liquefied natural gas?
It's not that much longer.
Gas too?
Yeah, everything. Energy.
Energy.
That's the one thing. They really need energy. That's the one thing. They have an insatiable appetite for energy, and we have unlimited energy.
So listen, drill baby drill, starting in 2015, drill baby drill was not just a campaign slogan. It was a global reorganization strategy that was looking forward 100 years. The United States is positioning itself to be the gas station of the world. Not Iran, not Venezuela, not Russia, the United States of America. And we've got a bunch of people who simply don't understand. They still don't understand. Or rather, maybe they do understand, but they're taking their marching orders from people who will actually pay the biggest price when it actually comes to fruition. So we're starting to see some people waking up to this. And we've been talking about, I mean, when did we first start talking about this, SK? Back in what, January, maybe? I don't know.
No, I think it was before that. I think it was during when we were striking the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
or
this is
even
crazy.
Venezuela, because we were talking about the countries involved in pulling the strings for the whole democracy ecosystem. And we were talking about that, Venezuela, the cartels, Iran's proxies, Iran, Russia, China. We were talking about all of that for a long time. I mean, we just started to see after Venezuela, and then when Iran started, and then when we actually started truly attacking Iran, not just the midnight hammer or whatever it was called. Yeah, I mean, it became very clear what Trump's plans were, and all these people screaming, well, Trump is in America first because he's getting us into another war. Those same people that were screaming about all the central banks and, you know, the banking system and the elite control and the global control of the money and things like that are the same people that are saying Trump is in America first because he's getting us into this war, because they don't even understand what he's doing.
Yeah, they don't understand what he's doing at all. And they are still, I don't know if they're currently just stuck in the old, rules order, the old sort of mentality of how this stuff is supposed to play out, where the Lloyds of London, the City of London, the central bankers, all they have to do is pull a lever and gas prices go up and everybody freaks out, and then every U.S. politician and president does exactly what they're told. That's President Trump is breaking it. In fact, he is this close. It's unstoppable now. It's just a question of the world can't stop him. The only thing that can stop him, frankly, is American voters. And you're going to see this playing out down in Kentucky, the 4th District of Kentucky this weekend, which is pretty wild.
You've been seeing it. I think it's going to continue. You can tell the Republicans that do not support Trump in these efforts and are undermining Trump. Those people need to go. Primary them out. If somebody isn't supporting Trump and his agenda, primary them out. And no, it's not because it's a cult like these people want to say. It's not that at all. Donald Trump truly has America's best interest, number one. And if you want to be prosperous and you want the actual, I know it sounds crazy when he's like, yeah, the golden age of America, blah, blah, blah. The way Trump frames things sometimes drives me crazy. But if you want to actually see the United States prosper and have a new industrial revolution, but not necessarily the same as the Industrial Revolution, you need to make sure that you're voting for people that 100% support Trump's agenda and don't just say they do, like Thomas Massey. Because Thomas Massey is sending out mailers talking about he's such a huge Trump supporter when he's literally been blocking Donald Trump this entire time.
Right. Do you think China agrees to purchase 200 Boeing jets and then start buying liquid natural gas and crude oil from the United States if Iran and Venezuela are still on the map?
Yeah, no, exactly.
No.
Also, they said that they were going to be sending tankers to Alaska, Texas, and Louisiana. China is coming to the United States to start getting oil. Iran is not going. The Strait of Hormuz is almost going to be
obsolete,
completely irrelevant, because they're coming to the United States. And then you also have all of the plans with Israel and Gaza and the pipelines and the ports that they're going to be putting there at Gaza. I mean, the Strait of Hormuz is irrelevant. It's just going to be a page in history.
Yeah. So I got a video that is going to sum it up. This guy does a good 2.5 minute video that I think summarizes what we've been talking about for, I don't know, better part of 3 months. You ready for it? Have you seen this yet?
I don't know, because I don't know what you're about to play. I'm going to take another drink.
And then yesterday, I talked about how America is divorcing itself from, we're watching a global system get dismantled in real time. And most people, they have no idea what it even is. We're in the middle of a complete global restructure. And that's what I've been talking about for the last 3 days, if you've been listening. 2 days ago, I talked about Trump cutting off globalist money pipelines flowing out of Venezuela and South America. And then yesterday, I talked about how America is divorcing itself from Europe, unfortunately. And today, we're talking about a brand new economic powerhouse forming right in front of us. So here's the through line. For decades, a tiny network of unelected institutions, central banks, supernatural clubs, and a globalist architecture behind the dollar system quietly decided how the world works. It wasn't presidents, it wasn't voters, and it wasn't the nations. And that's exactly why parts of Washington are melting down right now. Parts of Europe are even melting down as well. Because Trump is dismantling that system piece by piece faster than anyone expected, and the Europeans are freaking out. Look at the AI chip approvals with China. That wasn't weakness, that was leverage. And sending Kushner and Witkoff speaking directly to Putin, that bypassed the old diplomatic channels that have controlled global affairs for over 70 years. And now we have this provocative idea bouncing around DC. Listen to this. They're calling it the Core Five. America, China, Russia, India, and Japan. A strategic alignment that sidelines Europe overnight. Do you realize what's going on here? Do you see the scale of what's happening? And of course, the White House denies it. They have to, right now anyway. But everyone in the national security world is saying the same thing. You know what? It fits the pattern. Trump already called the G7 obsolete. He thinks the UN Security Council is a museum piece, and he's openly challenging NATO. And the new national security strategy? Well, it literally warns that Europe faces civilizational erasure. You may not like his style, but he's not wrong about the system being broken. And here's a real danger, and I mean danger for him. When you start dismantling global lifelines, the financial networks, the alliances, the influence circuits that keep entire nations and institutions alive, you don't just disrupt power. You expose all the ride-alongs, the fake supporters, the people terrified that their world of profit and power is ending. That's why you see all the panic. That's why you see all this infighting in Europe. And that's why the same people who pretended to love America are now screaming as the old structure collapses, because this right here is a restructuring of the world order. And they're losing power and money. And for the first time in our lifetime, it's being led not by globalists, but by a man and a movement who believes that nations should control their own destiny. And that puts him in dire danger. America first triggered them before like crazy. But America restructured, that terrifies him even more. And here's what most people aren't even noticing. This restructuring doesn't just challenge Europe or South America. It challenges BRICS. Because if the USA, China, Russia, India, and Japan form a stable competitive economic bloc, then BRICS loses its leverage altogether. It loses its urgency and possibly its entire purpose, which is good for the Americans. This forces them to rethink everything, the same way it forces Europe to rethink everything. And all of this is exactly what Trump said he was going to do in the first place. So when you look at this moment, ask yourself something. What's missing? If all of this is breaking apart, where's the foundation? Where's the leadership at? Our level, the citizens. And this is exactly why we go back to the same message I always share. Citizen servant leaders matter now more than ever, because the world is shifting so fast. People are sick of bureaucrats and polished politicians. It's the citizens, you, in your town, your city, your state, your nation, who must decide what comes next. The bureaucratic elite, these global institutions controlling everything, it's cracking in a big way. And if we get in there, citizens who aren't bought, who aren't beholden, who are free, then we can lead. And you know what? It's time that we lead. It's time to take America back. Join me on Patreon and find out how you can get involved with Take America Back.
Is that Rich Does Politics or whatever?
Yeah, I think
Somebody in the
so. I think
comments was
so.
saying, I just feel like we should shout them out if that's who that is. I'm not sure.
No,
who
I
it
agree.
is.
I agree. I believe it's Rich Does Politics. It's a great video. I don't see much of his stuff. I thought it was fantastic, but he explained exactly what we've been talking about on this show since, I think, probably since 2 days after the Iran strikes this time around, not back in June, even though we were talking about this in Venezuela. I thought it was interesting that he mentioned BRICS because now we see, what do we see, right? We see Iran is out there begging the BRICS nations, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China. And South America. Is that, or sorry, South Africa, I believe is what that S means, to unite against US bullying. Folks, BRICS is done. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't have BRICS when China has to come to the United States for oil because Iran is the Straits of Hormuz is broken and it's no longer Iranian oil is no longer controlled by the mullahs and by the IRGC. And so it's no longer sanctioned, and
Oh.
China can get it at a discount. No, they're coming to us to get it. It's a safer trip. It's a closer trip. You're not going to get Iranian or Venezuelan oil at a discount anymore, or Russian oil at a discount anymore. You're going to buy it on the global market. You're going to come where it's cleaner, where it's more reliably produced, and where it's a safer and shorter journey to get it. That's a fair global market that has been created for oil.
The comment section is saying it's Stephen Kuhn.
Oh, I don't know.
K-U-H-N.
I apologize.
I don't know. I
Stephen
don't know
Kuhn.
who it is. I'm not the one that found that video.
Yeah, that's right. Tora, BRICS is a pile of rubble at this point. BRICS is a pile. Guys, does anybody understand what would have happened to the U.S. economy? Does anybody understand what would have happened to the U.S. economy if BRICS was successful? If the U.S. dollar
would collapse.
collapses,
Mhm.
yeah, we collapse. So for anybody who wants to say that President Trump is not America first, I don't know what you're actually watching. I don't know what you're actually watching.
Well, they
Because-
just don't. I think they don't understand, Nom. I think they truly don't understand. And they don't understand that with everything Trump's doing, this also means that Russia, China, nobody's buying any oil from Iran on the black market.
I mean, well, you can't. Iran's not selling their oil on the black market. They can't get it out. I mean, we're seeing, who was it that posted earlier? I shared the comment. You're starting to see oil is overflowing on what's the name of that island over there?
Karg Island. Yeah,
Karg
there are
Island. It's
oil
full.
slicks on the
They're
satellites.
full.
Yep.
Which is what we told you. Which is what we told you was going to happen. When they can't put oil anywhere because they don't have anywhere to put it because they can't ship it. They're running out of storage. They've run out of storage. And when you can't store it, you have to start shutting down your wells. And when you shut down your wells, you can't restart them safely. Like, what is it? Like 20% of wells that have been shut down can be safely restarted. This is good. It's going to destroy everything about Iran's economy if they keep going this way.
Yep, it is true. And Reza Pahlavi, the son of the Shah of Iran, he put out a statement today on X, speaking to the people of Iran and speaking to the IRGC soldiers, telling them that they were going to be prosecuting anyone who aids in any of these things that they're doing, including stealing from the protesters and selling goods that were stolen from protesters or from the Iranian people.
Yeah. Well, listen, and this is what is so frustrating about, and I got to be honest with you, because we're going to transition here into the massive coalition that has been formed. I'm going to tell you, I don't have too strong an opinion about Thomas Massie. I think that he recognized at some point, I think somewhere along the way last year, he thought that he could raise his stock, he could elevate his stock from an obscure representative, an obscure person in Congress, and become a bigger player on the field by opposing President Trump. So listen, we have known and we've shown you over episode after episode how it is about as clear as you get that there is a faction of what used to be MAGA that is trying to read the tea leaves and saying President Trump is done. We want to carve out our own portion of what used to be the MAGA movement, and the people that are doing this somehow either glomming onto the anti-Israel, the anti-Semitic, the racist side of everything that the left has said that the right is. Turns out there actually are some folks over there on the far right that are about as racist as you can get. If you watch Nick Fuentes, when he actually uses the N-word with the hard R regularly, yeah, there are some actual racists over there. And those are the ones that are trying to pretend like they are the real America first, and Israel is the problem. Israel is controlling. Folks, I'm going to listen. Nobody controls President Trump. Literally, nobody does. How can you wrap your head around the idea that Israel is dragging Trump around by his nose? If you've read the national security strategy, which we've read on here many times, which we have explained to you many, many times, did AIPAC, did Israel write the national security strategy that said Israel and the other Arab partners over there, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Pakistan at some point, Syria at some point, that they're all going to start working together in relative harmony. They're going to start trading with each other. They're going to start trading intelligence, and they're all going to start working together in military operations against Iran. I mean, what? Why would that be a bad thing? Why would anybody have a problem with that?
I don't have a clue. Unless you're being, unless the strings are being pulled by foreign countries, our adversaries, or the left.
Oh, what? Like who would be doing that? Who would? The biggest thing we have going on this weekend right now is Thomas Massey
Bridge and Power
over there.
Plant Day.
What is it?
Bridge and Power Plant Day. Is that going to happen this weekend? Because my decorations are getting dusty.
What is Bridge and Power Plant Day? I have no idea what that means.
Remember when Trump was talking about Bridge and Power Plant Day? He was talking about destroying Iran. He was just going to go in and completely destroy it. And Bridge and Power Plant Day, that was like forever ago. I've had my decorations up since he posted that on True Social. They're getting dusty.
This is right. So Amazing Torah again. Listen, I know there are probably other comments here that I'm missing, and they're probably great. For some reason, Torah is the only one that catches my attention. The only person on this earth who has any kind of control over President Donald Trump is Mrs. Melania Trump, and she struggles. That's like Mrs. Nom.
Yes.
Nobody has control over Nom, and Mrs. Nom tries. More than often, she fails.
That's not true. You push a dog stroller with pugs in it. Let's be real.
Well, that's a little different. I do love those pugs. In fact, I've got some pretty great. So we down here, our pugs are new to South Mississippi, just like we are, and there are all kinds of critters that want to get in the new pool that we just built. We've got frogs and all kinds of stuff. So we've got our middle pug, Rosie. She, for some reason, has loved toads forever. Anytime there's a toad around, she wants to go sniff it and lick it. It's like it's her little boyfriend. She thinks she's a prince is going to come out of it. Well, it turns out toads down here want to kill you. They want to kill you. So Rosie saw a toad, and she sat there and sniffed it and licked it for about 10 minutes. We looked at her, and her entire mouth was foaming. So we're like, we're not going to do that anymore. Not good. And then there was a turtle. She went absolutely ape shit to get to this turtle that was on the other side of the fence. She was trying to put her giant fat rhinoceros pug head through the fence and got it stuck trying to get to this turtle. I don't know what it is she has with reptiles, but she loves it. Anyway. So Thomas Massey. How do we even do this? How do we even broach what's happening down there with Thomas Massey? Well, here's what we're going to do. So I think everybody knows. Listen, again, I don't have much of an opinion on Thomas Massey. I truly don't. He's one representative. He's one congressman. He's one vote. What I have an opinion on is the movement that has been being built to prop him up for some reason. And I don't really understand why all of these people are coming together. But when you look at who the people are, you can probably start to form an opinion about why they're all coming together. Have you seen this, SK? Have you seen this from the Golden Age Times earlier today? The master list.
Wait a minute. Medea Benjamin donated to MTG or supports MTG and donated to Massey?
Not Massey.
What?
These are people that have come out openly supporting Massey, donating to Massey.
Benjamin supports MTG and donated to Massey.
Hold on. Midas Touch, Soros funded. Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft, which is Soros funded, and it's also isn't Quincy Institute also NAID? Isn't that also Iranian backed? SK, yeah, NIAD, Iranian backed. So we've got Quincy Institute. You got Medea Benjamin from Code Pink. You've got Jack Dorsey, which okay, whatever. Jasmine Crockett, Joy Behar, Republicans Against Trump, which is really just Democrats. We all know. You've got the Squad. You've got the Atlantic. The Atlantic, by the way, for those of you that may not know this, the Atlantic was deeply involved in the Russia collusion and the Ukraine impeachment hoax, like deeply involved.
I got some dirt on the Atlantic and Catherine Mayer that is one of the major people at The Atlantic and also on the board of NPR and Wikipedia and really good friends with Steve Jobs' wife who owns The Atlantic. And yeah, she's basically CIA.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen anybody's resume that's part of the CIA, but if I saw a resume that I thought was probably CIA, it would be hers.
Yep. Justin Amash was a maximum amount donor to Thomas Massie. He voted to impeach President Trump during his first term. CARE Florida's former chairman, Muslim Brotherhood aligned, recent designated a terrorist organization. IPAC, Marouk family, pro-Sharia law. Marouk family, blah, blah, blah. David Hogg, fun. MTG, whatever. George Conway. George Conway is openly supporting Thomas Massie at this point. U.S. Democrat Socialists on Facebook, so DSA, and Graham Plattner. Graham Plattner's the communist up there in, was it Massachusetts? Where's Susan Collins? Maine, Massachusetts?
Maine, but also
Maine.
the Marouk family, that's huge. That's huge. Also, one of his biggest donors is that starts with a Y. I think I have something in there about it. Not sure.
We do. We've got it. Yep. Well, we're going to get to that in a second. We're going to get to that in a second. We will. We absolutely will get to that in a second. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we've got questions. I've got questions about why all of these people are suddenly showing up to support Thomas Massie, who pretends to be a constitutionalist, a conservative, or not pretends to, but he says he is, right? I think his vote is about 90%. And with President Trump, that's fine.
90% with Trump. I don't know if
I don't know. I don't know if that. I thought I read that earlier today. It was end of the world.
You might have. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it to me.
What is this?
It seems very anti-Trump. There's also another one from Guarding the Grid, I think.
What are we doing? Don't you know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost you. I don't know what you're saying here, but that's a $10. It's a super chat. It's a $10. Massie got the cow money. Massie did get the cow money. He did. In fact, I think we've got a video about this, don't we?
Did you get those videos? Did they come through? Because if not, I tried to send them to Guarding the Grid and MAGA Jake to see if they could shrink them.
Those.
Okay,
I did. I got those.
Thomas Massie asking for your vote. Hi, I'm Congressman Thomas Massie asking for your vote.
Bitch told me I could stay here forever and ran promise to cover my lies. Allegedly.
You like what you see?
My hair looks like ramen.
So tempting.
I am powerful.
Come closer, darling.
Women's lives.
I could just eat you up.
And I can't let the world see me. 'Cause cow money, they won't understand.
What if this was your sister? What if this was your daughter? This is real. There are real victims.
To Africa, I'll show you who I am. Allegedly. And with all due respect,
When will we see justice? If I could pay my wife $10,000, she's got more dirt on me than anybody else. Those who argue against transparency may have something to hide.
That is freaking great.
Was that the right one? I don't know if that was
one
the
of
right
them.
one.
Yeah, there's two funny ones. We can save the
That
other
was one of your
later.
funny. That's not the one that I wanted to play, though. I wanted
but
to play.
It's funny, and it was a
the cow
perfect
money.
time.
Which one? Massie's cow money. Let's see.
Cow money, 5 stacks in the envelope. Move, poured up the Cracker Barrel, so baby, just let it go. Move. So Bessie in the backfield, now the cash don't show. Move, move, move. Hush money from the heifers, politician on the low. Cow money, what? Cow money, yeah, IRS looking funny, but he swear it's all reported, honey. Cow money, move. Cow money, single mom in DC, now she's singing like the canary. Quincy Institute award on the wall with the real prize in the stall. Libertarian with livestock trying to silence them all. Gary in the group chat, we got him on the farm fraud. Messi tweeting back, fake news, I just love my cows, y'all. Imagine the audit, sir, with the W-2s for the move. He's hot emotional support, Veins, IRS, she out here doing interviews, filling on the teeth. While he's smoking voters, trying not to lose a seat. Moral of the story, never miss the barn with the bay. Cause one bad break up in your cow money on display. 95 BPM, riding slow like a tractor in the lane. Thomas Massie got the game looking like a barnyard shade.
Send help.
Send help. This is so great. I'm so sad Kay Pasta isn't here. She's missing out. Everybody needs to
I
rag her in
know.
the comments next Monday.
Hey Tim, no cow pasties, no udder pasties around here, right? This is a pasty free, fully nude cow show happening on the Patriot Source podcast after hours because Patriot Dad is not here, so we don't do pasties around here anymore. Maybe when Patriot Dad's back, we'll put pasties on the cow udders, but not until then.
And for those of you out there wanting to get into the cow business, I'm just telling you, you're going to be like this. It costs a lot of money.
Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous is that she's not wearing those cow pasties. That's too good. The Trump gun one is even better. Listen, I got you, guarding. We're going to get to it. You know what? Let's play it now. Let's play it now. We got another one.
Star Spangled Kyle has a good point in the comments.
What's
Star
he got?
Spangled Kyle said, I find it weird that conservatives are running to save Massey, but not running to defeat the Republicans who want amnesty for illegals.
Where is he? Where are you?
It's not very far back.
It's not very far back.
No.
Oh, there it is. There you are. There you are, Kyle. I find it weird that conservatives are running to save Massey, but not running to defeat the Republicans who want an amnesty. The problem, Star Spangled Kyle, is I don't see very many actual conservatives running to defend Massey over there in Kentucky 4. That's in fact the coalition of people that has been pulled together to do this. I don't think are actually very, very conservative. I mean, you've got Casey Putsch. Do you guys remember Casey Putsch? You guys?
I saw that and I remember the name, but I don't remember exactly who he is.
This was the Nick Fuentes Groyper FAGA fake and gay American endorsed candidate in Ohio for governor that lost by 65 points to Vivek Ramaswamy. And in response, and I don't have the screenshot I was looking for, but we saw it earlier. One of Casey Putsch's supporters put up a picture of Vivek Ramaswamy, his wife, and his kids and said, I do not want my country to look like this. Meaning brown-skinned governors.
These people are sick. A lot of them are the libertarians that are running there. And you know what? I'm loving all of these funny mass hole videos that we have to play, because I am going to laugh at all of these libertarians. Some of them are total assholes. They're actually massholes, but you know, it is what it is.
Another person who is openly saying, listen, vote Thomas Massey in Kentucky for Dr. Sam Youssef, PhD, whatever, DPT, all of those credentials mean fuck all to me.
That means he was indoctrinated in college.
Exactly.
Oh, and do you have Kyle Rittenhouse in there? Because that guy...
I do. Well, I don't know, whatever. But this is Dr. Sam Youssef, ACLU member. So the ACLU is now openly supporting.
Oh, great.
Or a member of the ACLU is saying
human
that
rights
we must,
consultant.
Yes. Yeah. Human rights consultant, ACLU member is telling us that we must go out and vote for Thomas Massey. Again, listen, Thomas Massey's record is what it is. We've watched what he's done for the last year. My problem are the people that are lining up to support him. And I'm questioning why are they doing it? And we have the answer, but I'm going to make you wait for it until I get through explaining who all these people are. And then we got this one here. Dan Bilzerian. We talked about Dan Bilzerian, right? Dan Bilzerian is cheering on Ryan fucking Matta. Ryan Matta.
You guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they're choosing this guy to be the new leader of the America First Party, and he's a dual citizen with Armenia and Armenian army member. I mean, you can't get more America First than that. And I heard he was meeting with like leaders of CARE and things like that, allegedly. But the guy's a dual citizen and he's in another army, but he's America First, guys.
Yeah. And then Ryan Matta. Ryan Matta fled the country. He lives in what, El Salvador now? Is it El
Salvador?
Salvador?
Well, that's what he said, but I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, he's good morning, Kentucky. Who's ready to help Thomas Massie burn $15 million in campaign donations of Miriam Adelson and AI PAC's money? If you are, we need your help. I think that's hilarious because the reason why all of these fake and gay ass creators are out there stumping for Thomas Massie and then the ACLU and then the DNC and then Rokana and the New York Times. I mean, the list of people that are signing up to defend this guy and support this guy is a list that I would not want to be involved with, and we've got way more of them. But the entire point of most of the fake and gay ass crew is AI PAC. It's anti-Israel. It's anti-Semitic. I've got a video for you, SK. You want to hear it?
It's almost like the horseshoe theory has become a circle, and these libertarians and crazy ass people on the right have become the same as the far left. They're no different. They are indistinguishable at this point.
Well, but they're also fucking retarded.
I mean, that too.
Do you know why they're retarded? I'm going to explain it to you. I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm going to let this gentleman, Alan Jacoby, explain it to you.
All of the hypocrites screaming and yelling about AIPAC and the Jewish donor overlords that are buying congressional seats. You people are idiots. Thomas Massie's biggest donor is a Jewish billionaire, Jeffrey Yass. And instead of donating to AIPAC, what does the Jewish billionaire do? He forms his own pro-Israel PAC. He's pro-Israel. Most Jewish people who are donating into politics are pro-Israel. I don't care about Israel. I have no skin in that game. I'm not even Jewish. Don't care. But the hypocrisy is real. And these morons, the woke Reich, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves, the groypers, these idiots, these libertarian losers. Listen, Jeffrey Yass also donated to Donald Trump. Donated to the ballroom, donates to MAGA. AIPAC, same thing. It's not the Israeli government. It's Israeli Americans, Jewish Americans, whatever you want to call them. I know what all you weird people call them. It's just so cringy and weird. You're not edgy. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a moron. The AIPAC bill, listen, you're not going to stop Jewish Americans from donating to their candidates, just like Israel is not going to influence American.
So the point there is their biggest complaint is AIPAC, which AIPAC is not even the biggest Israeli-based donor to politics in the United States. It's not even close. By the way, I have a question. GR Patriot, what do you mean? Is it my microphone? Am I too loud? What's going on here? What does this mean? You're 9.75 out of 10.
It's 9.75 out of 10 because you're not me.
SK is a full-blown 10. That's fair. I don't know what you mean by that. If you could fill me in. Am I too loud? Is my microphone too loud? I don't understand.
No, but if
Maybe
all of you guys don't X out of the chat and go hit the thumbs up and go share this live podcast everywhere, all over the internet, I'm going to come for you because we have to be Patriot Dad's numbers when Patriot Dad's here so we can rub it in his face. Okay?
Yeah, we do. We're getting close. We're about 80. I'm about 80 in the live chat on Rumble is what I'm saying. We need a lot more. 9.75 out of fingers. You guys want to see it? I can take this thing off and show it to you.
Oh, maybe he's not here to tell you no.
No, maybe at some point.
Oh, you're going to run people off though. Some people get grossed out.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's pretty grossed out. So we'll do a poll. Hey, by the way, start thinking about your questions because here in a little bit, we're going to open this up. We're going to talk to the chat. We've been doing a little bit, but we're going to spend some time just talking to the chat. Once we get through the mass hole stuff, we got a few more things that we want to talk about. But listen, at my entire problem, and I know Patriot Dad probably has a different perspective than this because he's been talking about this nonstop. It is the people that are flying in, donating, that are voicing their support for Thomas Massie. None of these people are who you want, frankly, to be defending you. I mean, you got Rokana. Hold on a second. I need to change it. You got Rokana out there. Rokana is not a person that you want coming out here and telling conservative Republicans to vote for Thomas Massie. But at the end of the day, this is really what this is actually about, right? I saw this comment 6:15 this morning is when it was posted. And I probably saw it about 6:30. 1.1 thousand views. I don't know where it is now. The entire point of Thomas Massie and the reason why all of these people are out there supporting him is summed up in this simple tweet. Dump Trump, vote Massie, vote America first. That's what this is about. The entire point. Yep, go ahead.
No, it's just crazy because you have to remember you've got people like George Conway supporting Massie, and George Conway is as never Trump as you can ever get with the Lincoln Project and all that bullshit. And he's the one that convinced E. Jean Carroll to sue Donald Trump and put her in touch with an attorney, and was at a Never Trumper party with Kathy Griffin, you know, the lady that was holding up the severed head of Trump for a photo shoot and thought that was funny. These are the people you're dealing with that are supporting Massie. I feel sorry for some of the influencers that got caught up in this. But also at the same time, I mean, you got to stick to your guns. You got to stand behind your morals and your values. And if you've been arguing and debating about E. Jean Carroll and, you know, all these things and all these people that are never Trump and, you know, basically cheering for Trump to fail, and you want to go support all of this and all of these people, I just don't have a whole lot of sympathy.
I don't. So this is the organizer of the Creators for Massie event that's going on down there in Kentucky right now. Tiffany Cianci. And frankly, I don't know her. I know SK, you've encountered her. She's a Maha. I think you met her in the Maha movement, which is all well and fine. But what I think is interesting about this, her bio over there on X, I like my politics like I like my Merlot. Deep, inky purple, and well-balanced. This is not a conservative. This is not an actual American first organizer of this event.
I think she's a libertarian.
Yeah.
If not, she's independent, but I'm pretty sure she's libertarian. I think she was at the libertarian convention and the libertarian events. They were supporting RFK, and I support RFK as a crunchy Republican. I support RFK. And so I got to know some of these people for that reason. I've been very active in my state with RFK type groups. Even though I'm a diehard Republican, have been my entire adult life, never been registered anything other than a Republican, never voted for a Democrat except one, and that was because he was my friend and I knew he was never going to win, and I can't lie, so I had to vote for the guy. But that's it. I mean, I'm a hardcore Republican, but I am crunchy, and I do want my kids to be healthy, and I think that our government needs to be better about protecting our health, and that's how I got to know some of these people, and I think she's a great person, but I just don't agree with this whole movement, flying people to Kentucky in order to circle the wagons around Massie when there's another candidate that's a veteran that what's his background? He trained special forces or something like that. I mean, he's very America first. Yeah. Very America first.
Well,
and
listen, again,
Massie's proven himself to be not that.
Massie may listen again. I don't have a ton of an opinion on Massie and him as a candidate. I think that will play out. In fact, he doesn't represent me. He represents the voters of the 4th district of Kentucky, and those 700 to 800,000 voters will determine if he's the right person to represent them. I mean, I think that the Trump endorsed candidate is just as a solid dude. He's a solid candidate. I think he's got an exceptional background. My problem is not him per se. My problem is what he represents to the MAGA movement and to America First, because at this point, he is actually representing the opposition to real America First policies, right? Because what happens when the creators and all the people that are propping up Thomas Massie right now they're the Iranian backed, you got Soros backed, you got DNC, you got Rokana, you've got everybody who despises President Trump, and all they want is to take back the House and hopefully the Senate so that they can do these things.
This is a moment where there are no bad ideas. A no bad idea brainstorm is what I'd like to call it. And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee. That we agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices. And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and DC. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their maps. And all of this, I think, is look, we got to fight fire with fire. These folks are playing to win. We got to play to win, too.
I mean, listen, all I'm hearing is a bunch of bad ideas. That's it.
Well,
she started out saying,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's all bad ideas, all bad, except for holding people accountable for lying.
Well, I agree with that. Well, the problem is that they're saying that Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett and all of them, and that they lied in their confirmation hearings. They didn't lie at all. What her position was that overturning of Roe and the Dobbs decision, that Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett lied in their confirmation hearings, and then they went and they voted, or they ruled in favor of Dobbs, which essentially overturned Roe, when they didn't lie. They said, listen, that's settled law. But a new case with new sets of facts, a new everything came in front of them. They said that. They said, I'm not going to prejudge any case that comes before me, but Roe is precedent. It is precedent in law. Doesn't mean it's settled law. It was precedent. But precedent does not mean that it cannot be overturned. We see it over and over and over again. So listen, that wasn't the point of the video. The point of that video is that's just a small slice of what the people that are coming out openly defending and openly supporting Thomas Massie truly want to happen. Did you see, SK, did you see Fuentes on with Steven Crowder earlier this week?
I did not watch it. I don't give two shits about Nick Fuentes or anything he has to say. That guy's a fairy living in his mom's basement if I ever saw one. But I think now would be a good time to put up that funny, what did I label it? Funny Middle East Kamala. This is probably going to get us banned. And we're definitely going to hell, but it's funny.
It's a video?
No, it's an image.
Meme.
It's
an image. Funny Middle East. I did look at this. Hold on a second. Where are you, funny Middle?
You guys. It says, with the current situation in the Middle East, can you imagine this bimbo as the commander-in-chief?
So listen, I've got to be honest with you. I had this up in the green room and I took it down because I didn't want me to be associated with calling her a bimbo. But SK, you can call another woman
I'll call her
whatever the fuck you
long.
want.
I don't
You
give a
said
shit.
it. It's your image. You called it up. Call her a bimbo all day.
You
I'm not
guys-
going to say it.
I want you guys to know that PatriotDad and Nom are the two most respectful men. I mean, they are so respectful. People always talk shit about MAGA men. I'm telling you right now, I've never felt more protected and respected than I ever have around MAGA men. I surround myself with Republican men. And yeah, there you go. He doesn't want to talk about women's looks or call them names because he doesn't want to do that. He thinks it's disrespectful. I'll do it all day long. I don't give a shit.
No, listen, I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm saying I'm not going to be the one to voice it. But if you want to,
I'll
by all
voice
means.
it. I put it in
Yes.
there. I'm the one that
By all
found it.
means.
I uploaded it to the Dropbox. That was mine. I claim
Yeah.
all of that.
By all means. Hey, Nicole Hubbard, listen, I gotta be honest with you. I don't agree with this comment. I don't agree with this whole like don't platform this person because Steven Crowder, I think, frankly, at the end of the day, obliterated Fuentes. Because Fuentes' whole position, frankly, his entire position, and this is the position of the Ryan Mattis, it's the position of, and it's probably not the position of Tiffany, whatever her name is. I don't know what she's doing, the one who's organizing all this, but a number of the not conservative, but the FAGA creators that are up there, they are doing this because they have an agenda. And their agenda is to destroy what President Trump is actually accomplishing, play it down, and pretend like he's doing nothing, that he's turned on his base so that they can try to peel off a portion of his base and start their own party. That's what they're trying to do. And they are more than happy to turn over the midterms, turn over the House, turn over the Senate to the Democrats in 2026 because they feel like if they do that, then they can mount a better attack on the Democrats in 2028. The problem with that is when that happens, you shut down the Trump administration completely. It's done. The Trump administration, the American system that's being implemented, the national security strategy, everything they're doing to bring investment, you're going to have open borders back again. You're going to have, they believe that they have enough political capital and enough power that they'll be able to win back the presidency with their chosen candidate in 2028 without President Trump. And I'm telling you, they're fucking retarded if they think they can do that. They're going to turn this country over to the Democrats for a generation if they keep going down this path. For a generation. Because as soon as the Democrats win in 2026 and they impeach President Trump, and they will, they may not be able to remove him, but they'll basically end the next 2 years. He will get nothing done in the next 2 years if the Democrats take control of at least the House. And all you have to do is have a one representative majority in the House, and the whole House turns on its head. If the Democrats, for a one vote majority, takes control of the House, they take control of the speakership, they take control of the chairmanships of every committee, they take control of subpoena power, they take control of everything. It all stops. Now, Republicans in the Congress are doing absolutely fuck all, but at least Democrats aren't in charge of what happens. You guys understand that?
Yes. And someone in the comments, let me find it, said, then why give him a platform at all? I think that's what they said. I don't know where it's at. But I want to say
go ahead, sorry.
that this was like the foundational belief of people like Charlie Kirk and, you know, people like me that debate with people that have opposite political views of myself every day. You have to allow these people to speak. I mean, I tell people all the time when they're first starting to debate or when they're on a panel and they're debating and they're like, well, I don't know, this is a waste of time. I'm never going to change this person's mind. Yeah, but you don't know who's listening. So by two people that don't necessarily agree having a conversation and debating each other, it's about the people that are listening more than it is about the person that you're talking to, because that's where minds and hearts are changed. And that's where you get that. That's where you get that. You can bring receipts and educate people at the same time that you're dog walking somebody with complete opposite views of you. It's the people that are listening that matter. Also, in this country, we uphold free speech like as paramount. That's one of the greatest things about this country is you can say whatever you want. And 100%, I will fight for your right to be an asshole all day long. I will fight for your right to say all of the hateful shit you want to say, because that is one of the pillars of the foundation of this country. And that's just how it is. I do not agree with not platforming people because these conversations need to be had, and they need to be had on different platforms where different audiences can hear.
Yeah, no, listen, 100%. Silencing or not platforming somebody who is causing havoc in your movement, it is a bad idea. In fact, I think the better idea is bring them up, have them state their case and challenge them, and then beat them in the arena of ideas, which is what Steven Crowder did with Fuentes. I mean, Fuentes, I mean, he's a high energy guy and he's smart and he communicates well, but he did not make the case that it's a good idea to turn over the House and the Senate to the Democrats because that's what they want to do. That's exactly what Fuentes and that group and the faggot, the fake and gay ass black pill wannabe, whatever, America First crowd want to do. They want to turn it over to the Democrats because they want to distance Trump from the base through investigations, through subpoenas, through all of this. They want to shut his agenda down, and then they want to come back and say, see, now here's what we're going to do. And it's going to end up being a disaster. They don't have any idea how to actually accomplish the things that Trump has done. They can talk about it, but they don't know how to do it. President Trump knows how to freaking do it because he's doing it. He's doing it. Look,
yeah.
Listen, I got hold on. I got to take this off the screen. Is there anybody else in the FAGA movement that you think that can move nations the way that President Trump has? Who else? Who else is going to move entire nations at his will? Like
completely reset the global order.
No, because these people are operating in 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s view of how politics works. Because the people that are pushing their buttons are the ones who want us to go back to 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s, early 2000s politics. It's that simple. It really is that simple.
Yeah.
So Patriot Dad, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead. I was just gonna, you were mentioning the lawfare and all of that. I don't have any like graphics or anything to put up, but if you didn't see, you should go look at the memos that were released. The Biden administration, including Jack Smith, made it to where they could hold off on releasing everything. They basically made the limit for ending all of the potential cases against Trump out to 2030 after Trump has left office for the second term, so that he's not in office anymore, and they have the potential to be able to recharge Trump with some of these things that they charged him with, and that was done intentionally. And this is not a normal practice of the court. When cases are dismissed, it's dismissed. It usually goes away. They did it in a manner through these memos where they would be able to bring charges until 2030.
Yep. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know where that comment came from, but 100%. So listen, make no mistake about it, right? When the Democrats get control of the trifecta, presidency in 2028, the House and the Senate, you're going to see ICE agents arrested and prosecuted. I mean, they've been calling for them to be executed, like in a public square, in a town square. I know we're not going to do that, but they will be arresting and prosecuting ICE agents who are just doing their jobs. You're going to have the FBI is going to go back to the complete and total weaponization that they have been doing for I don't even know how many decades it's been going on. The border is going to be flown wide open again because Congress has not freaking codified a single executive order back into law. So all the next president has to do is say, yeah, we're just going to rescind all those executive orders. All of you come back. Everything stops. Everything stops in 2026 if we lose the Senate or the House. We have to keep both. We can't keep just one. We have to keep both of them.
Vote in the midterms. Vote
of them.
Vote. Show up. Vote.
So Patriot Dad, apparently he's down in the comments. I don't know. He's watching. I guess he's like checking up on us, make sure we're not burning the house down or anything like that. I don't know. Dude, you missed the intro, Patriot Dad. It was fantastic. But he said he put two Ryan Matta images in the Dropbox, and this is one of. Now, I think he wanted me to comment on the American Reich shirt, which is fascinating because he put another one in there, but that's not what this draws my mind to, because I have got some content around this event that they're talking about. Ryan Matta, Thomas Massey needs our help in this poll. So they're literally out there begging people to go and vote in polls. Like, polls are not votes. They want him to get, for some reason. We are headed to Thomas Massey rally tonight at the coffee house, a cafe, whatever, yada, yada, yada. He's wearing an American Reich shirt. That's all fun.
And hat.
American Reich. That's awesome. Yep. That's
I'm not associating with people that are this outright anti-Semitic. As much as it pisses people off to say that, I mean, really, why would you ever want to even pretend to be like a Nazi soldier, like an SS soldier, and in any way support Hitler? I mean, these people are actually racist, and they actually hate Jewish people, and they think that 0.2% of the population is responsible for all of the world's problems. They also call them stupid and all kinds of things, but yet they also hold this idea that 0.2% of the population is capable of pulling all of the strings of the entire world. These people are terrible people. If somebody called me and said, you need to come to this event, and I asked who was going to be there, and they listed people like this, I'd be like, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna I need to make a call out to a number of conservative creators that are on the ground in Kentucky, 4th District, out there supporting and trying to pound the pavement for Thomas Massey. Logic and Liberty. There's a number of others. I have a question for you, Logic and Liberty, and you guys can send this to her. I know she's a nice lady. She's a very,
listen, I love
even
her.
keel. Do you support this message out there on the streets with you from Ryan Matta out there stumping for Thomas Massey? Because I got to tell you, let me bring this down. I got to tell you, Logic and Liberty, who I love your content. And there's a whole slew of other conservative creators that are out there. I have to tell you, if you are starting to link arms with folks like Ryan Matta and Dan Bilzerian and others, because you guys are out there for the same person, the same cause, if you're not going to distance yourself from that, you're going to have a very serious problem. You're going to have a very serious problem.
It breaks my heart because I absolutely love her. I have spoken to her several times. We bonded over our advocacy at the state level. We agree on a lot of things, especially the Maha movement and, what RFK was doing. And yeah, it's very heartbreaking. I really respect her. I love her. I have nothing bad to say about her, but I cannot for the life of me imagine why why someone would join the ranks of these people and people that have been attacking Erica Kirk and going after her and tearing her down. This is just not the kind of company that I want to keep. And I'm not perfect, never claim to be perfect. I say smart ass things all the time, but there's no way that I can stand next to some of these people that are flying out there to support Thomas Massey at this time because they're just terrible people.
So listen, I'm going to extend my my call out here, not just to creators that we have all interacted with. We love their stuff. Logic and Liberty is probably one of my favorite creators. She is so even keel. She's so well thought out, well spoken, super, super smart. And I just can't wrap my head around how she could, I don't know, be on the same street stumping for the same person with when he's out there literally in an American right. That is what it is. I have a bigger question. Thomas Massey, are you okay with that too? Hey, Thomas Massey, that dude had an American Reich shirt. That dude hates Jews. Do you agree with that?
I also have something to say directly to Thomas Massey, because I saw the document that you signed pledging a constitutional amendment and pledging to make sure that Congress made sure that there were term limits when you were running for office the first time. And you pledged to stay, well, not necessarily you pledged, but you were pledging support for term limits and talking about no more than like 2 terms in Senate and 3 terms in the House or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers. How many years exactly have you been serving in Congress, and why are you even running again if that's what you believe? If you believe what you signed on the line with a witness that you believe, why are you running for office again? Because I'm pretty sure it's been a lot longer than the amount of time that you signed to make sure that term limits were put into place, whether through a constitutional convention or through the House and the Senate.
That one? That
Yes,
document right
sorry,
there?
my bad. I didn't flip it.
No, I know.
It says
I tried to flip
3 House terms and 2 Senate terms and no longer. So again, House terms are 2 years and Senate is 6 years, I believe. I think Massey's been in for maybe 16 years. Don't hold me to that. I don't know the exact number, but it's longer than these numbers here on the screen. Why is he running if this is what he believes?
I want to read this to you for folks that are listening on audio, even though we don't have an audio only, whatever. I know it's sideways. I, Thomas Massey, pledge that as a member of Congress, I will co-sponsor and vote for the U.S. term limits amendment of 3 House terms and 2 Senate terms and no longer limit. And he signed it. That's the U.S. term limits amendment pledge. Thomas Massey, when did Thomas, how many terms is Thomas Massey?
PD said 14 years. He's been there 14 years. 14 years. And House term is 2 years, and he was wanting the term limit set at 2 terms in the Senate and 3 in the House. And if my math is not wrong, 3 times 2 is 6. 14 is not 6.
7 full terms is how many terms Thomas Massey, I just looked it up on Grok, 7 full terms, which is, you're right, 14 years. So, I mean, SK's asking a good question. I mean, Thomas Massey has built himself as the principled, transparency dude, like transparency principled, like, we're fiscal conservatives. We do what we say. We mean what we say. Thomas Massey, you signed a pledge to leave Congress after 3 terms. You've been in for 7.
And he's campaigning for his 8th. But he wants to limit the terms in the U.S. House of Representatives to 3, which would be 6 years. And here he is running for his 8th term. So do you actually believe what you say or no, Thomas Massey? Because I think you're a hypocrite. And if you were principled, you would step down and say term limits need to be a thing. And I've been here entirely too long. And
Patriot Dad is down there just rocking the chat. The money and access to girls is too alluring. Patriot Dad, I mean, listen, I know Patriot Mom's probably sitting there next to you, but get your ass up here. And I know you got a lot to say. What are you doing? Log in from your phone.
He can't come up here because our numbers have to be better than when he's here. I said that. Everybody go exit out of the chat and go hit the thumbs up button and go share this live on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok. Share it all over the place, please. Thank you.
Hey, Guarding and MAGA Jake, listen, I did a very specific call out to conservative creators. Logic and Liberty is one of them, who I highly, highly respect. Though I've got to. Oh, he's coming up. Patriot Dad's coming up. He's fired up. Oh no, he's fired up.
We have to play a funny video before he gets here because we're not going to be able to play any of the shit I put in there when he's here.
What do we have? Give me
The
a funny
masshole.
video.
Play the masshole one. Play the other funny massy one.
Which one?
It's the one
is it
where
this
it's
one?
the masshole song.
You can pull all my fingernails out. You can shove bamboo up in them. You can start cutting off my fingers. I am not voting for Mike Johnson tomorrow.
He's an asshole.
Thomas Masshole. He's a masshole. He's a masshole. Oh yeah. My donors pay big, so I do what I'm told. My lips move the lies. I talk out my masshole. Thomas Masshole. Every chance I get, I kiss my own rump. The donors told me, don't vote with Donald Trump, cause I'm a masshole. He's a masshole. He's a masshole. Thomas Masshole. Oh yeah. Thomas Masshole. He's a masshole. Thomas Masshole. He's a masshole. I sit on the hill and I'm really special. If I could only reach it, then I'd kiss my own masshole. Yeah, Thomas Masshole. He's a masshole. He's a masshole. I'm a masshole. He's a masshole. Thomas Masshole. He's a masshole. I'm a masshole.
Don't be a masshole.
That's gay. What the fuck was that? PatriotDad would never let us play that.
Which is
If
why
he
I
was-
said you better hurry up and play that
What
shit if he's
the
coming.
actual fuck was that? That
This is
was
supposed to be uncensored, and we haven't even got to the unhinged part, and now we're gonna have supervision.
oh my goodness. No, he's not staying. You know what? Don't even bother coming up. We listen.
no,
we
he
can do
come
the
up. Don't
super.
do that.
Let's do the super serious PatriotDad version of Thomas Massey and the Masshole Coalition on Monday. I'm done. I'm done with Thomas Massey. Listen, we all get it. I think we all know what the score is here. There's a lot of other things that happen, and we got to spend some time with the chat. What with
And
Tina
there are
Peters?
Supreme Court cases. Tina Peters. There's so much shit
actually,
going on.
speaking of Supreme Court cases, wait, what just happened?
No.
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 Did you just break in?
We are not
I
done
did not bring
with Thomas
Patriot-
Masshole.
Yes,
on,
we're done
hold
with
on.
Thomas Massey.
Stop,
It's been
stop.
like
By
an
the way,
hour.
That
did not.
video was freaking hilarious. It
Thank
was
you.
great. I don't know
Thank you.
why you guys think that I don't have like the sense of humor that was, by the way, I love that song. I like the original version of it. I like was it the Weird Al Franken or whatever,
Yep.
Weird Al Yankovic? Is that the second version? Whatever. That was awesome. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take that soundtrack and I'm going to use that in a video that I'm going to do tonight on Ryan Matta and his American Reich shirt. I'm gonna blast these people tonight.
Go back to bed, Dad.
Make
Go
sure
back
you
to
say
bed.
that SKDoubleDub is the one that found that and played this on the Patriot Source podcast, where you can find it on X at PSPod25 and whatever it is on YouTube and Rumble. I don't know.
I hear you guys had a new video that you played at the beginning that I have yet to see. What's that?
Oh,
It's like an unsupervised.
Oh yeah,
video or
everybody
something?
needs to watch Patriot Dad's face while this plays, because when we previewed it, his face was pretty priceless.
all right, we're gonna play it again. We're gonna
Yeah,
play
I
it
did.
again.
Paul, you're right. I just broke in. See, that's the
He
thing.
literally just.
I
broke
have
the fuck in.
access to
I didn't
all the
let him in.
secrets.
Nothing. He even
No.
put him. He
I
brought
don't have
himself on
access.
stage.
He did
He
it all on
brought
his own.
himself on stage.
As a matter
Here
of
we go.
fact.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play it again.
What's this?
Unsupervised. Unsupervised. Yo, brother said peace and bounce tonight. Now the fort belongs to the duo, alright? Unsupervised. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They on the whole night. Brother took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast
Bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah.
All right. You get it. You get it. You
Bruh.
get it. You get it.
That was
You get
good.
it.
That was good. Hey,
Where's
by the
Will
way,
when you need him? We need a bruh. He's the one that got me
Bruh.
on that to
Bruh.
begin with.
I have I've been listening for the last half hour. You guys are crushing it. There's almost 500 people live right now, and I was paying attention. That popped quite a bit as soon as I broke in, because you had like 170 something over on X. There's like 125 on YouTube. I don't know what was on Rumble, but
You guys,
totally
I
had
told you
showing
to
up.
exit out of the chat and go hit the thumbs up and go share it everywhere, and you didn't do your job.
Mm.
Didn't do your job.
I mean, it's seriously, are we really going to be okay with an American Reich sweatshirt? What? Not us. Do you seriously think the voters of Kentucky KY4 are going to be okay with Ryan Matta running around with an American Reich sweatshirt on? Do you think that they're going to be okay with that?
Well, I have a
KY
feeling we're going to spend the
KY
entire weekend making sure they all know that it's there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But remember, as Star Spangled Kyle once said, KY is not greasing the mass holes.
Like they got some of the businesses there are putting signs in their window like, leave us alone, we're not interested, we don't want it, no soliciting, we're not voting for masshole. It's not going, I don't think it's going well there. But of course, you know, Alex Jones is running around out there talking about how a bunch of money flooded into Kalshi or whatever the hell that betting site is. And now, of course, Massey is winning because people think that when, you know, a bunch of groypers decide to put their $5 on Thomas Massey to help move the needle, that's going to translate to KY4 voters showing up.
Did you see this? Because they held their very first event earlier today. All the creators for Massey. Dude, you've changed the whole vibe. Get the fuck out of here. This is boring. Get the actual fuck out of here. You've changed the entire vibe. I'm up here in the corner now. We got a tiny little corner box. Anyway, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
Did you see this? So
you crashed the party.
You crashed the party.
You invited me. You're the one who was like, "Come on the show."
I know.
We had the keys to the liquor cabinet and everything, and the parents just like stormed
I'm not going to
in,
be able to stay.
uninvited.
Patriot Mom just came in looking at me like, "What are you
She
doing?"
looked at you like she's like, "You're
Yeah.
not supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
No, you are not supposed to be on there." You tell
I
her.
am gonna dip.
You tell her. Mom said no. Said thank you, Patriot Mom. You're out. Get him out of here.
Yeah,
Get him out.
Mom wants me to go anyway. No, we do have an early day because Patriot Princess has 2 shows tomorrow. We have to be at the studio for warm up at 9 a.m., which means we need to leave here by 8:30. And if you do the math backwards, we all got to be up super early to make that happen. So,
well, you
I'm
tell
not
her SK said break a leg.
SK said break a leg. I'll make sure Patriot Princess knows that. Have fun tonight, folks.
We're
have a
almost
good
done.
time. Don't burn the place down, please. We got to
Yeah.
have a show next week. Try not to destroy. Well, look at these numbers still. Look at these numbers still climbing since I'm here. I'm going to pay attention. Yeah,
There's
it's
like
5:05.
20 less people in YouTube than there were when you got
Look,
here.
5:02. There was when I got here. There was like 470 something. You guys owe me.
What kind of
I'm out.
socialist Mamdani budget deficit math is that? What the fuck?
I don't know. I borrowed them from
That's
somewhere
some
else.
socialist math bullshit. Get out of here.
All right, I'm out. See you guys.
Get out of here. Bye.
See you later, Patriot
What
Dad.
just happened?
Our
He crashed
parents
the party.
just crashed the party. Party pooper
So
showed
boring.
up.
But anyway, listen. So he listen. We were getting ready to talk about because I did want to show this. The Fagas held their first live event for Thomas Massey. And listen, I got to be honest. First, I'm going to say I don't know. I honestly don't know if this video is real, but this is a video that's going all over X right now of a Thomas Massey and Lauren Boebert appearance at the FAGA event, the first one that Tiffany and all the creators for Massey put on. I think they dubbed in laugh tracks and fake applause in the live stream. I do. Listen.
And I don't call that a representative. I call that a welfare recipient. And all of the things that I have seen Thomas Massey stand for and fight for are righteous. They are things that you can be proud as a constituent that he stood and fought for you. When it comes to fiscal responsibility, there is no one better than Thomas Massey. I've had votes that I've regretted. That I'm like, yeah, you voted better than I did on that one.
Notice Tiffany CNC in the background.
But this is your money. He is a steward of the tax dollars that are taken from you. Taxation is theft, and he just wants to make sure that the thieves are appropriating it.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, that was going, in fact, that video came from an account. I got to pull this stuff because I couldn't get all this stuff in the same.
Did you notice Tiffany CNC in the background?
Of course I did.
In front of her? Weird.
Of course I did. Tiffany event A. So, no, that's not it. Hold on. Image file. So that video came from an account, which is a pretty big account in Ohio. Charles Downs Coalition. Where are you? Photo.
Let's remember while he's looking for this that Lauren Boebert was kicked out of a theater for doing some crazy stuff with some dude, and I think she really likes Democrats. So,
well, listen, I'm not going to pile on Lauren Boebert. Whatever, she is what she is. She's whoever. God, where is it? Coalition first event, Charles Downs, Coalition Tiffany A. That's her picture. Where is? Forget, I can't. You know what, Matt? You know what? I can't find it. Anyway, that video came from a pretty large account that's based in Ohio, and he was saying that it was basically an empty venue. It's not an empty venue. And he was saying that whoever was live streaming that actually put in an applause and a laugh track on it. But I am going to be realistic. I'm going to be honest. So this is the image that Tiffany Cianci actually took from behind it. So, I mean, there's probably 50 people in that room. I think there's probably 50 people there, maybe 60. It's not a small event, folks. This is retail politics, okay? You're not going to expect Thomas Massey to draw a huge crowd in a barnyard clothing store or whatever this is. But there's games being played all over the place. So listen, I'm done with Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey, he's either going to win or he's going to lose on Tuesday. I don't know. I think that everything's basically baked in already. But I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend, and I'm going to spend a significant amount of time after that trying to make the world grapple with the fact that Thomas Massey, and there's an entire movement that is trying to pretend to be MAGA, trying to pretend to be a conservative America First movement that is violently anti-Semitic, and they are openly wandering around in American Reich shirts, which is basically glorifying Nazi Germany and the extermination of Jews, which I'm not okay with. And I'm not okay with exterminating black people or Muslims. Now, militaries can because they're enemies and they're, whatever, but not just because they're Muslims or they're Jews or they're black people or they're Hispanic people. This is not how we operate. We don't do this. We don't do this in the conservative movement. We don't do this in MAGA at all. I don't know, SK. I don't know what you have to say, but I'm very, very
MAGA Jake said, "Don't forget about the Trump gun and the."
We've got it. They really
video.
want.
We have to play the dancing chick video.
Want me to play it.
Well, the dancing chick video, they put new music over so we wouldn't get demonetized.
Ugly dance. All right. So listen, we're gonna do this. They really want to play I didn't watch this whole thing.
I watched
Introducing
this,
products
so
from
you
the
have to watch
Patriot Source
it too.
back office. That's right. Fresh from the cluttered glory of the back office, we bring you revolutionary satirical products that Big Woke doesn't want you to have. These products are 100% made in the USA. Specifically, the 87 square foot back office behind the podcast studio. Folks, are you sick of terrorists plotting in caves and Karen from the HOA plotting in her clipboard? Introducing the MAGA Diet Coke Bomb, exclusively from the Patriot Source back office. Made with real liberal tears harvested fresh from every deleted tweet at 3 a.m. So volatile they self-detonate at the sight of a Fox News Chiron. releasing pure chaos energy.
Hey fellas, I would really like to buy a whole lot of those beautifully made Patriot Source back office Diet Coke bombs. I will have Pete get in touch with you. We are going to buy a lot, like more than anybody has ever seen. We are really going to use the hell out of them. Deliver them fast to Mar-a-Lago. We're making America explode with winning
Maggie
again.
Jake, what are you
Best
doing
deal,
in the
okay?
background, dude?
I
What
have
is
an
that?
issue with that dancing.
What is that?
Revving up the Raptor, afterburner screaming loud. Donald Trump in the cockpit, wearing shades, looking proud. Metal under tension, bombs locked and loaded tight. President by day, Top Gun by night. Heading out where the sky turns red. Enemies below better cover their heads. Highway to the MAGA zone. Right into the MAGA zone. You think you dropped the boom boom on my head? Wallahi no, habibi. Allahu Akbar.
Hold on, what just
My
happened?
bunker deep. Trump's going in, dropping freedom.
Hold on, what is happening?
Durka, Durka, no bomb. Durka, Durka. Beer too strong, driven too thick. On me, you get only dirty click. Your F-35, I call it big expensive kite.
Okay, we have to play that one liberal chick.
Look at Jumpy. Look at Jumpy.
To the MAGA zone. Yeah, highway to the MAGA zone.
Yeah. Knock off his dude. Blowing the roof off.
Highway
as
to
always.
the MAGA zone.
Well
it
done,
said.
fellas. Well freaking done. Hold on, we got
They
another
added-
video.
They added different music to that one chick dancing.
I
so
got
we
it. I
can
got it. I got it. I got
Okay.
it. Dude, we've gotten to nothing at all.
Nothing.
We got
Absolutely
to
nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, straight out of DC. The commie crew's frontin'. Liberals and Dems always lying and stunting. Talking about equity, but stealing from.
That was great. I never saw the finished product with the new music, so we wouldn't get demonetized.
Did
but that
you
was
ask them to
hilarious.
do that? You asked them to do that?
I asked them to add new music to that chick dancing because it was music that would have gotten us demonetized.
We did.
So you're
we
welcome.
We did no time with the
Tina Peters, the court
comments,
cases.
the comment. Not
comments.
listen. Here's what we're gonna do. All right. Tina Peters is being released. Listen. I got you guarding. I see your text. Well, I'm gonna do that. Tina Peters is being her sentence is being commuted by the governor of Colorado. That is fantastic news. SK, can you give us a quick rundown on Tina Peters? Are you ready? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up because I had to get
Hold on.
notes so that I would make sure. And also that really strong drink my husband made me hit me just a little bit ago all at once.
I heard.
So anyways, she was charged in connection with a 2021 quote security breach of the county's Dominion voting system's election equipment, which, by the way, Gina Griswold, the Secretary of State, had all the passwords for all of the shit posted
Publicly
on their
available. Yeah,
website
100%,
publicly
100%.
for like 7 months before the election. So there's that. But anyway, but it was a security breach of the county's Dominion voting system's election equipment. The incident occurred during a scheduled software update, Trusted Build, in May, which, by the way, I've told you guys about the dude. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. what's his name? He was the head of the election, like security, integrity, whatever, and he was redoing some election systems. Anyway, he has a nonprofit out of California, also super shady, but I digress. Peters arranged for an unauthorized outsider, Conan Hayes, a computer expert affiliated with MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, to secure tabulation room and make forensic copies of the election system's hard drives before and after the update. Hayes used the security badge of county employee Gerald Wood under false pretenses. Surveillance cameras in the room were turned off, and Peters misled state officials and Dominion representatives about Hayes' identity and role, introducing him as a county or temporary worker. Materials from the breach, including passwords, later appeared online on right-wing sites, compromising election security and leading to the decertification of some equipment per Colorado Sun. Keep that in mind. So anyway, yeah, she was
Land the plane, SK. Land the plane.
She was indicted on 13 counts. At trial, in her 2024 trial, she faced 10 counts. I'm not going to go through all those, but she was found guilty, and she's going to get out of jail as of like June 1st, I believe. Polis
She is.
which
Yep,
is
June
kind of
1st.
crazy, because I think that means that there's more in the pipeline for Gina Griswold, but that's my opinion.
I think there is too. And the libs were melting down over this. They're like, oh, President Trump was withholding federal funds to get Tina Peters her sentence commuted. Yeah, I hope he was. I actually hope he was doing exactly that, because he should have. She never should have spent a second in prison. She was actually a whistleblower and election fraud. Moving on. Next topic. Jake, I see you. Jake leered that dance at the Quality Leering Center, by the way.
That was some white boy dancing, if I have
Wait, hold on a
ever
second.
seen it.
Hold on a second. Did I misname an image? Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold on. SCOTUS. Oh, here we go. That's the one. This is the big one, folks. Supreme Court tonight, laughs at Virginia Democrats, but obviously also laughs at dollar store Hakeem Jeffries, dollar store Obama Hakeem Jeffries. And they deny cert on the case to allow the Virginia illegal, unconstitutional redistricting to continue. So Supreme Court laughs Virginia Democrats out of the room. The 10D1R map stays struck down. Dems have lost the case. Supreme Court John Roberts says, no, this is not a case we're going to take up. The Virginia Supreme Court was correct. You were wrong. You violated the Constitution of the state of Virginia. Do not come here for relief, because you did it yourself. And all of the libs.
Mad at the morning light, said the sun's too bright and the sky ain't right. Got a chill.
Here's my video. Damn it. I screwed that off. All the libs.
Well, they woke up mad at the morning light, said the sun's too bright and the sky ain't right. Got a tear for the plastic straw, a tear for the cow, a tear for the words that somebody said out loud. They're marching in the street with a brand new sign. Everything's broken and the world is dying, honey. I seen them cry over pizza crust and the fact that somebody still drives a truck. They got a sad face emoji for every headline, a trigger warning for every damn good time. All the feelings 24/7. While the rest of us are just trying to get to heaven. They're crying all the time. Big old crocodile tears rolling down the line. Crying.
I mean, he's guarding. Your songs are fantastic, dude.
I
That's
love
so
it.
good.
I
That
was
is so
dancing.
good. Listen, Mrs. Nom, who never pokes her head in here, just poked her head in, and she's like, all right, dude, wrap it up. It's
Uh-oh.
time to wrap it up.
Time
It's
to go. Mrs.
We're 2
Nom
hours,
has
man.
spoken. And plus, I need some food because that alcohol hit, and I need some food.
I hope you guys had fun on the unsupervised shit show tonight. We're done. We're out of here. We'll be back on Monday, though, with Patriot Dad back in the house. I don't know what he's going to want to talk about, but it's going to be boring, I'm sure, because he's boring. He's not funny.
Stop.
You know, but people like him, I guess. It's fine.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to be in trouble.
By the way, we will see you all on Sunday for the Red Wave Unfiltered with Claire Patriot and MAGA Meg. Do not miss it. Set your calendars, set your notifications, go over to our YouTube, our Rumble, our X, set notifications for when we go live. You're going to get all of them. Every time we go live, you're going to get notified. But we're out. SK, you got any final words?
Nope. I just think that the trucking SCOTUS decision was pretty important. We didn't talk about that. And also, Pete Hegseth came out and said that even though Thomas Massie said that Hegseth was coming to Kentucky to campaign against him, he's definitely not going to Kentucky. He's going to be at Norfolk.
Pete Hegseth was never going to Kentucky. Thomas Massie was playing to the people that hate this country. That's what he was doing. Which is a problem for me, which is a serious problem for me.
Yeah.
All right. We're out. Here comes the
guys.
exit song. Oh, shoot. I have 10 minutes.
Is it the really long one? Or is it
No,
play our
hold on.
unsupervised one? Our unsupervised one's good.
Do we want to do that or do we want to do we want to do the unsupervised. You want to do the unsupervised?
I want to do the unsupervised because we can't do it when Patriot Dad's here and he's always here.
After hours. What is this? After hours. Yeah. All right. We're out. See you guys.
Unsupervised. Unsupervised. Yo, brother said peace and bounce tonight. Now the fork belongs to the duo, alright? Unsupervised. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They on the whole night, brother. Took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight black party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'. Brother dipped out, said I'm gone. Catch y'all later. Studio empty, but the vibe got greater. Now it's just him and her holding down the spot. Mike's getting lit, crowd going hot. No third wheel telling them keep it tame. They wildin' out, screaming everybody's name. Listeners flooding in from every coast. Chat blowing up like, yo, they doing the most. Drinks in the cooler, laughs in the air. Podcast turn party and they don't even care. Fort's still standing, but the roof is gone. Unsupervised energy all night long. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They own the whole night, brother. Took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight black party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'.
Bruh.